Good evening, you all. I just wanted to show you how, well, one of our very favorite meals that I make here at home. And it is super easy, so simple and delicious. I got this recipe from my mom, a long time ago. It's one that she didn't make growing up, when I was growing up. Amos is here with me. She didn't make it growing up. It's something she came across later in life, and I had it, and it's like, oh my goodness, it is such a delicious meal, and it is so easy and simple. So anyways, it is called dill spaghetti, is what we call it, chicken dill spaghetti. And it is, so right now I have got two chicken breasts, and I'm slicing them up. To be honest, I would have liked it a little bit heavier for our family. I would do either like 4 smaller chicken breasts, which these breasts were smaller, so I would have liked to have doubled it. But sometimes we have like these giant birds, you know, they kind of vary in size. And so sometimes we have some big ones, and 2 breasts is absolutely plenty for our family. But this one is a little bit shy, so I would have liked it a little bit more. But either way, so I have 2 chicken breasts that I am slicing up and popping into my pan. Now, I would recommend, I was feeling a little bit rushed that night. There was a lot going on. So I did not heat up my pan, which was, yeah, it's totally fine. It turned out great, but that is highly recommended. If you're cooking in a cast iron pan, have a little bit of oil in the bottom of it and get it up to heat, so that when you pop your meat in, it's going to start frying and just really nice, you know, not like crazy hot, but hot enough that it's going to start cooking it immediately, not get up to temperature with your meat inside of it. But it totally turned out fine. So you can totally do that as well. It's not the end of the world. It's what I do a lot of times if I'm feeling a little bit pressed and there's just so much going. So yeah, so you fry your chicken breast. So I've got my chicken breast in the oil. And as you can see, they are not cooking quite yet. Anyways, my chicken has fried now. Added onions into it once I felt like the chicken was cooked pretty well. Then I add my onions in, fry those until they're, you know, translucent. And then once the heat is off, you can add in garlic, which I sometimes do it, sometimes don't. But if you've got the time, definitely add in that garlic once the heat is off. However much you want. I would do 2 or 3 cloves. And the onion amount was about a whole onion. And now I am adding in dill, which I did about 3 tablespoons of dill. And then I am adding in pepper. I do everything by eye. I'm not a measure type person. Now I'm doing salt. Actually, I think that was Mars pepper. I'm going to be putting in salt. Now I'm doing salt. But I will link the recipe in the description box so that you have actual measurements and like follow it to a T if that's what you like to do. But you can totally wing this thing and it will turn out amazing. So anyway, so I added in my dill, my salt, and my pepper, mixed it all up with my chicken and my onions. Now that my onions were all done. And then, so this spaghetti was left over from a meal a long time ago, and I did not want to toss the spaghetti. And so I thought, I'm just going to put it in the freezer for one of these days. I've never really actually done that, to be honest. And so I was like, I'm going to try it out with this. So I pulled this out. I had this sitting actually out of the fridge for a couple of days. Well, out of the freezer. I had it in the fridge for a couple of days, trying to decide what I was going to do with it. And this is what I had decided. So I popped it in the pan, chopped it up as best as I could. Normally you wouldn't. You would have it, you would just boil your noodles, and then you would add, after your noodles are boiled and drained, then you would add all your meat and seasonings into that pan with your noodles. But this is a little bit different because I'm using leftover spaghetti. So I added it into my pan, chopped it up, and started frying it to get a little crispier, taste a little yummier, and get my noodles up to heat. Here I'm tasting it. It tastes absolutely amazing. But then remember, I forgot my mushrooms. So this step you should have done. You add in your mushrooms, as many as you want. I did 4 of these little cans. You add them in with your onions when you add your onions in, and you fry them up at that time. So technically I should have been done. When I went to go do my taste test, that's when the meal should have been done, which was so fast. But since I forgot my mushrooms, and I'm like, I gotta have my mushrooms, you know, like we all love that part. That's such a delicious part. So I threw those in, and then I threw in some butter because I gotta fry it up, try to get the mushrooms a little bit more cooked. It does taste a lot yummier when you cook the mushrooms with the onions and just kind of get a little crispiness. It's very, very tasty. So learn from my mistake. It still totally turned out amazing, but cook your mushrooms with your onions at that point. And then, yeah, so here it's done, and I am dishing everyone up now, and seriously, this is an amazing dish. It all got scarfed down, but it's still filling too. I actually thought, oh man, is that going to be enough for a family? But it was totally filling, and because these noodles actually are Azure's whole wheat noodles, and they are incredibly filling. I'm always shocked, like how far they go. So anyways, here we are. We are enjoying our meal, and it really is delicious. Even adding in the mushrooms last minute, it all worked out, and the kids loved it. Everybody loves it. Like, not a bit was left over. So, and Amos too, he had some too. So yeah, it is an excellent meal, and I hope you guys try it because it is so fast and easy, and it is a no-fail meal. You would love it. All right, I hope you guys take care and have a wonderful week, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.